So, Jason, have you got anything to start us off with?
I would like to apologise for my last week intro. Turns out I was talking about the wrong dance.
Why don't you say what the joke was and then say what the joke should have been?
So I said I'm the world's best Morris dancer from the waist up. What I meant to say was I'm the world's best river dancer from the waist up, because they don't move from the waist up.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Morris dancers do, because they're
Morris dancers is fucking mental with costumes and shit.
So basically, you fucked out last week's episode.
I fucked up my big moment.
And by definition, you've also fucked up this episode.
Yeah.
Brilliant! Hello and welcome to Sweet Connection. I'm your host, Catus. With me today is Jason Lewis. Jason, how are you bloody doing?
I'm very good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Good.
Very good.
Good.
How was baby?
Alright, he diarrhea sharted on me the other day.
I wasn't sure where you were going when you said die. I was like, oh.
He diarrhea sharted on me.
Right.
And about 10 minutes before coming down to the show, he was sick on me.
Would you please paint us a picture of him
Well,
diarrhea?
there's a whiteboard here, so do you want me to draw you a picture?
I mean that is true. It isn't going to do much for the benefit of the listeners, you drawing a picture. So why don't you use your words?
Okay, put him down on the changing mat. I thought, come on, mate. Normally when I change a nappy, you wee everywhere. Let's not have that today. Took his nappy off, wiped his bum, shit across the changing mat and on my hand.
Okay.
I panicked. I froze.
Like a deer in the headlights.
Like, it was. In one hand, I had shit all over it, and in the other hand, I was holding his legs, so he like raised his bum in the air, and I just went, Cassandra, and then she came in the room, and I couldn't move. I was like, he's pooed. And she was like, we'll change him, and I was like, I
can't, because I've got shit in this and the baby in the other.
And she was like, what are you doing? I was like, and she had to take over and finish, and I was just sort of stood there, just staring at my poo-filled hand, thinking, what a lad. That's my boy.
Staring at my poo-filled hand. That is absolutely disgusting. Shall we start with a quick update on the show?
Yes, please.
We have hit over 1,000 downloads. Well done us, and by us I mean well done me.
Well done you, Ben.
For putting it all together.
Well done.
Being the mastermind behind the genius.
Is this the direction you saw the show going in on your first episode?
Yeah, pretty much. So
good.
First it's 10, then it's 100, then it's 1,000, then it's 1,000,000.
1,000,000. We could do that.
How long would we have to have this show running to get 1,000,000 downloads? Probably about 40,000 years.
Yeah.
So unless they upload our consciousness onto a computer and we do the show for eternity, I don't think we're ever going to get 1,000,000 downloads.
I don't know. I think it's going to take one controversial episode for us to get thousands more listeners, and then it will just build from there.
I think we've had several pretty controversial episodes, and so far haven't got 1,000,000.
Well, we're getting there.
And we talk about Jimmy Savile and like Madeleine McCann every other episode.
Yeah, well, soon we're going to have to start talking about Theresa May fucking Jeremy Corbyn whilst we talk about Brexit. Then that might get us some views. Dirty anal with Jeremy Corbyn. That's what that bony old hag is up to at the minute. Not fixing our country, just shagging other men. Dirty slag.
She's just doing Jeremy Corbyn, and he's like, May, talk dirty. And he's like,
fields of wheat!
I'm a Labour voter.
Oh!
That's what she'd say in the moment. We also had another video up.
We did.
Didn't feature you though, did it?
No, so I didn't watch it.
It's personally my favourite of the two videos because it doesn't include you.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. It didn't include me.
Yeah, but surely that's motivation to watch it because you have no idea what's going to come out of it.
I saw it was about Brock Lesnar or something, and I don't like wrestling. It's all fake, and they're all a bunch of pussies, so I didn't watch it.
Anyway, you just showed me quite an interesting tweet that we got tweeted at. Would you like to explain to the listeners what you explained to me a few minutes ago?
What, is it about the competition, or is it about
the competition?
Okay, so there's a fellow podcasting page that I reckon our listeners have heard of called Smut Podcast. They follow us, so I followed them. I don't listen to their show. We should know that by now. Whoever follows me on Twitter, I'm not going to listen to your show. However, I noticed one tweet.
I might do it though, so, who knows?
I noticed they were doing a competition. It's expired now. It expires today, actually. And basically what it was, I'll read it out to you. Contest time. We want you, our wonderful listeners, to be audio porn stars. Send an audio clip of you coming, brackets, solo or with a partner, 60 seconds or less. My favourite part, any video entries will be disqualified.
I mean, as a man, I don't think it's going to take 60 seconds for me to send an audio clip or an orgasm. Maybe 5 seconds.
Oh, done.
The
prize is we've got a at Spunk Lube prize pack for our winners. Now, Spunk Lube are...
I would never use any kind of lube that is named Spunk Lube.
So, Spunk Lube are a multi-award winning personal lubricant that's fun. Spunk Lube is available...
What awards? Who is setting an award night for lube? No one.
It's available in 4 varieties. Hybrid, pure silicone, natural, and pink.
Pink is not a fucking... a flavour of
the
lube.
Bottle.
Ugh.
Yeah.
It's like a big hand sanitizer bottle.
It is, yeah.
So
oh my god. Oh no.
Can I have a look
at no. I've just scrolled down on their Twitter page and it's a man putting a dildo up his rectum.
Let's have a look.
Is it a man? It's a man.
Oh, you're not lying, are you? No, I mean, that's exactly
I didn't need to see that. At Toy Torture, short clip of a Poppers Drenched depth training session with the square peg toy's long neck while testing the video capabilities on my new Canon camera.
No, Jason. Don't play it out loud. God.
Oh!
Maybe this is that controversial episode that's going to get us 1 million views.
Oh!
Can we... Alright, seriously. I'm going to edit this out. Stop it.
Oh!
Stop it now.
No, I don't want to
watch it. I don't want to watch it. The answer is no. It's a no from me.
I cannot unsee that. Do you remember on my first episode, I said I saw that video of a man chopping his winky off? And I said could never unsee it. I could never unsee that video I just watched.
It seemed so long ago when you first said that. That was about 20 episodes ago.
Oh, horrendous. I feel a bit sick. Something that big is not supposed to fit in a hole that small.
It's quite a narrow-minded view you have there. I think that you should be able to insert anything you want in any orifice.
Well, do you want to insert that double-ended fucking Megatron dildo in your bumhole?
Well, want's a strong word. Will
do is the correct word.
It's sort of pointless because we don't have one of those giant double-ended dildos in the room unless you brought one with you. Here's one I made earlier. You're not allowed to touch anything on that desk because that's Laura's desk you're sitting on.
Shall I lick the mouse? She'll never know.
I mean, I'll know and I will tell her and she will not allow us to have the podcast in here. Do not lick that mouse.
Is she happy that I put my catchphrase on a whiteboard? Hashtag
go fuck yourself.
Go fuck yourself.
Anyway, but moving on to the show. I was meant to have a nice new 3-piece suite delivered.
Yes.
And alas, as you saw when you came in, no 3-piece suite is
there. So you're telling me those 2 bean bags and that one pillow in that room isn't your new 3-piece suite?
That is not a new 3-piece suite.
Oh, right, okay.
No. That was meant to tie us over until we got the 3-piece suite delivered.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it's weird because it should have been delivered on Friday, and today is Sunday. So...
Where's your 3-piece suite?
I can only assume Laura ordered an invisible 3-piece suite, because that's the only explanation for it not being here.
Have you not had any emails or anything at all?
Here is the breakdown of what went wrong. What went wrong? It's not our fault, it's fucking Harvey's. And I will name and shame you. In fact, I'm going to say it.
Harvey's. Your wonderful business.
Go
fuck yourself.
I ordered this sofa, right?
Okay.
In December.
Whoa.
And it's February.
Yes.
Okay. So it was meant to come on Friday. And
why did it take so long anyway from December to last? Because it's not like they need to make it. It's not like you bought a specifically designed sofa, is it?
They did have to make it.
What did you do to it?
I don't know. I just paid for it. I didn't fucking order it. Laura,
how much was it?
I'm not going to say it on there. About 16,000.
16,000?
No.
Fuck this, I made out of gold.
£1,600.
Bloody hell.
Imperial credit pounds.
Christ.
So,
the last sofa I bought was a tenner.
That's the sort of man you are.
Yeah.
A wheeler dealer. I only ordered the best from the best. Except in this case, it's not from the best because Harvey's a shit.
Well, is it run by Harvey Price?
This is the episode. This is the episode where we're going to get sued by Kate Harvey.
She fucking sues everyone as well, so you're screwed, mate. She needs the money.
So basically, you say it, and you're saying that I'm now screwed.
I'm not the creator of the show.
Harvey Price.
When you tried to call Harvey Price, did he answer the phone by picking up the iron?
You can't say that.
I just spat on my teeth.
You can't say that. You're the worst human being ever. Anyway, back to my original point.
I wonder if that will get him.
back to my
Maybe
original.
not all the half. Maybe the first bit.
Maybe, no.
Maybe not that bit. Maybe the reaction, but not the bit I said.
Maybe I'll put it all in.
Oh, fuck it. I don't care. Take me on, Katie Price.
Until you get fired from your job when your boss listens to it.
He loves it. He'll agree with me.
Yeah, so we should have got a text from Harvey's on the Thursday.
Yes.
To say whether it will be delivered in the morning or the afternoon. Because we were told it should be coming between 7 and 7.
And I'm assuming as it's a Friday, you're at work.
Yeah, Laura was in. She booked off a day's holiday, especially to get.
Oh, and she works for the NHS. That's
correct. So basically, she didn't receive any text. Then she waited literally all day, 12 hours.
On a beanbag,
heard nothing. She then phoned up Harvey's customer services at 3:30 on the Friday, was on hold for 70 minutes, to be then told their office is closed. So she wrote a very sternly worded email to Harvey's, basically saying, "Hello, you cunts," which is also another,
brilliant.
Which is also another Harvey Price reference. And
did she attach the meme as well with him saying it?
Yeah, and then she didn't receive any answer. So then she phoned up and was then told, "Okay, we're really sorry. You are going to definitely get an email on Saturday," which was yesterday. Didn't receive any email yesterday. So she sent an even more snottier email like yesterday evening, and we can go from there. So hopefully she'll speak to someone.
My advice is to threaten to leave bad reviews on like Trustpilot and...
Okay, because we also had to pay for the delivery as well, which was 60 quid. I am getting that back.
Yeah, you need to get...
I'm like, as a minimum, I'm getting that back.
Yeah.
But also, what concerns me is that they'll say to her, "Yeah, our next slot available was the 10th of March. And I'll be like, ha 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 ha. No, sir.
Refund.
Not good enough, sir. Or... at least more money off. So far, no sofa.
No sofa.
Brilliant. Jason, this is going to look a little bit weird to you, but I want you to try and do something for me. I recently found in my shed cable ties.
Oh, Christ.
Some industrial cable ties. And I was like, they're the same cable ties that when you see in films, people get tied together before they're like murdered or raped or something. And I was like, I wonder if I can break out of them.
Oh, because there is that thing that apparently if you go like that or something... The downward motion.
If you do it, in like a certain way, then you can break out of it. And I was like, So I want to see if you can break out of it.
I can't break out of it. Why are you making me do it when I'm weak?
Because it'd be funny.
Why can't we let you do it? You're strong.
I can do it.
I'll prove it to me first.
No.
Fucking got it.
First you... Okay, so I'm going to pause.
Don't do it too tight though.
Okay, so
I'm fragile.
Would you like to go in front or behind?
Front, so I can see what I'm doing.
Okay, right. I'll pause the show.
If I do some damage...
So, Jason, you are in position, okay? You have been cable tied.
I'm squatting over a dildo. Of lube pack, whatever it was.
I mean, that isn't going to help in this situation, but by God, he's trying it. So, Jason, I want you to try and escape from those cable ties.
Oh.
He did it!
Oh.
That was really... Oh, that was... he did it. Oh, I thought you would be able to do that. Yeah. Okay, let's do it behind the back.
Oh, that was actually really... You could probably still reuse this one.
No, you can't. Okay, so he has been retied and now they are behind the back. So help me. So Jason, you can try and escape.
Oh,
he did it.
Easy.
They really are. You know what? I thought I was
movies.
I thought I was special that I could do it and it was really easy. Turns out even a fat weakling like you.
That'd be rude.
A weakling like you can do that. That's disappointing.
I admit I've got no upper body strength, so that is really
that is pathetic.
Yeah.
If you tried to like tie up a victim in this, you
need to learn.
They'd be long gone. They'd be absolutely long gone. Disappointing.
Ridiculous. Poor. Stupid.
Wouldn't recommend.
When I become a serial killer, I'll make this a lot more difficult.
Yeah. Maybe use better quality cable ties.
Yeah.
Disappointing.
Or just kill them before I put them on.
Why would you put them on after you have killed them?
Just in case.
It's really sort of like shutting the door after the horse is bolted there, isn't it?
For everyone, I just chucked the cable ties across the room and it went straight into one of the smallest bins I've ever seen in my life.
It is a pretty small bin, isn't it? It can fit one single piece of paper in that bin, and that's it.
Bloody hell.
So, I texted you.
Yes.
Are we going to do...
Yes, we are.
Alright, okay. Now, Here's the thing. We can't call it, would I lie to you? Because that is trademark. So we'll call it, would you lie to me? Okay?
They'll never know.
They'll never know. So you've got 3 statements there. 2 are false. 1 is true.
Yes.
And I've got to ascertain which one is true from those 3 statements.
Yeah. Alright, okay.
Go.
Okay, bear with me. Let me just...
Oh, fucking hell, Jason.
Right, which one do you want to go with first? Round 1 or round 2?
Well, why would we start with round 2, you fucking more? Oh my god.
Right, so round 1.
Get out of my fucking...
I've got 3 statements here. Statement number 1.
Yeah.
One time, playing football as a kid, I overdone it on a slide tackle and sharted. Statement number 2. On a lad's holiday in Zante.
This is definitely true.
I was rejected several times by one certain lady.
This is...
who turned out to be married. Even more awkwardly, I had to sit next to her on the flight home.
What I like, though, is that you paused before you said lady. And this whole story is actually about
Just
a man.
in case.
Exactly about a man.
And statement number 3. Whenever I eat a meal, I have to eat it barefoot.
Oh my god.
Quite difficult one.
Okay. I think that the football one's untrue because you play in goal.
I used to play on pitch. I
Okay.
used to play right back.
But of course you would say that. So I don't think that you've ever overdone anything in your life. So I'm going to say that's not the answer.
Okay. Why don't you ask me some questions? Like,
I am asking you. I'm thinking it through like Sherlock Holmes here.
Yeah.
The foot one. I'm not really sure.
do you want to know why?
Go on then. Why?
It's, I mean, if I'm eating snacks or something, I'm fine. Like I'm eating a pack of crisps, and I'm fine. It's where I'm eating a hot meal.
Just like got a 1 sock
Yeah.
off if you're eating a pack of crisps.
Yeah. Well, if I'm eating a hot meal,
Casual. Yeah.
you know, it's to sort of make sure my body stays cool. So
What are you on about?
Even if it's in a restaurant, I make sure.
No,
like,
you don't.
No,
Bollocks, you're lying.
No, honestly, if
That's
I'm in a
lie.
restaurant, I make sure I wear slip-on shoes just so I can just take them off and take my socks off. No one knows because they're under the table, but I just have to make sure I've got airflow coming to me just whilst I'm eating.
That is bollocks.
No, honestly,
Well, okay.
that might not be true.
You say honestly, but this is a game about lying. I'm going to go with B. I think that you're trying to chat up a lady in Zante and that she rejected you several times and you sat next to her on the plane. Is that correct?
Correct. Yeah. So, lads holiday in Zante, which I spoke about a couple of times. There was one particular girl there who stayed in the same hotel as us. And several times throughout that week, I was trying my hardest, like absolutely going for it, because, you know, I was a lonely young boy. And I'm pretty sure on the first night she told me she was married, but, you know, I persevered. I kept going.
Why?
And then put to the point where the last night, where I think I scared her off. Well, obviously I must have.
Shit.
And then on the plane, there was there's 4 of us in the group. Okay, well, there's about 8 of us that went, but 4 of us sat the front of the plane, and 4 of us sat at the back. But the aeroplane goes in rows of 3, so you had a row of 3 and a row of 3. I was the odd one out with my friends.
So you had to go on like a different group.
And like, it was like 2 minutes before last call in. I was like, oh wow, got a whole row to myself. And there she sat. And I went, hiya, you alright? And
I bet you did.
She ignored me.
Oh, how long was the flight back?
3 hours.
God damn.
And at one point, I woke myself up because I dribbled on myself. And I stood up at some point in the flight as well because she needed to go to the toilet.
And pissed yourself, probably.
She didn't tell me she needed to. She just stood up, went, excuse me, and I stood up as well. And I looked at the back of the plane. I saw the rest of the group of the lads, and they were just pissing themselves.
Jason,
and I was just begging for someone to swap seats with me, and they wouldn't.
No embarrassment.
So,
alright, my turn. So, after faking being sick as a child, I received a full prostate exam from the doctor. After running over a cat, I threw the corpse in a recycling bin. When Rio Ferdinand visited my primary school, I nutmegged him in front of everyone.
Right, hold on. I've got some questions here. What primary school did you go to?
I went to Springfield Infant School, which is in Ipswich. So not one.
Why was Rio Ferdinand in Ipswich?
I have no idea.
What year was it?
1862. No, I was probably in year 4. So this is
about 2003, 2004.
2004. Yeah. So that's when he was playing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like
so that was when he was in that drugs ban, I think. So
drugs ban.
Yeah, remember he was banned for 8 months for not turning out to a drugs test.
I don't remember that.
I think that's in 2005 actually. Okay.
Who knows? Anyway, he was there. Right. and we were fucking playing football, and he picked me to be the person to like
His
demonstrate.
special child.
I wasn't the special child.
Where did he touch you?
He didn't. Here, and here. Basically, he was talking to the crowd, and then I saw my opportunity, and I went for it, and I nutmegged him roundabout, and then everyone laughed.
I feel like I would have heard about this story because.
Why would you have heard about this story?
No,
it isn't even that interesting a story.
Someone would have brought that up, I reckon. Why did you go to primary school in Ipswich?
Because I lived there at the time.
Oh, right, okay.
You dickhead.
Okay, I don't believe that one.
Or is that a lie?
I reckon
Maybe
in 2004 I'd have known if Rio Ferdinand was coming to Ipswich. I was a bit of a whiz kid. Secondly, the cat. Yeah. Why would you do such a thing?
Okay.
I really hope that isn't true. I am calling the RSPCA and the police.
Now, the cat did not have a collar,
okay.
So I didn't know where the fuck it is. And,
my cat didn't have a collar. She didn't like him.
Okay, brilliant.
Did you kill my cat?
Maybe.
No, she's still alive.
But okay.
Plus I don't have a cat.
Where do I start? Should I just knock on every single fucking door?
Yes.
Or, okay, what? Down what?
Or
how many streets?
Why don't you do what some of the terrible people on Facebook do and take a picture of the dead cat, put it on Facebook and say, is this anyone's?
Was this anyone's?
Yeah, was this sorry. Where were you?
I was driving down High Road East, which is quite a main road.
Yes. Why were you down there when you were nowhere near there?
I was driving to Squash.
Oh, so how long ago was it?
This was 2 years ago. Well, this was approximately 2 years ago when I was just starting to play squash.
Right, okay.
And obviously, it's a very busy road. Someone had left a blue bin out because it was the bin day the following day.
Yeah.
And I was just like...
Was the cat bleeding?
The cat was just 100% dead. Right?
Were you covered in cat blood? I just touched your foot.
There wasn't really that much blood.
Okay.
And...
What colour was the cat?
It was black.
Oh.
And yeah, quite unlucky for the cat. Fine for me. I was pulled over in the cycle lane, so I was like, I literally have to play squash in 5 minutes. I'm blocking the cycle lane. Cat bin done. Carried on.
Right, okay. I really hope that isn't true. Talk to me about the prostate exam. Who organised it?
Who organised it?
Obviously you didn't.
It was the local council. They organised it.
So you didn't. Obviously,
was
it your mum?
No. Okay, so I was pulling a sickie at school.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I told my mum that there was blood in my poo.
Oh, Ben.
And she was like, that's a little bit dodgy. And she thought that warranted...
I'd say so, yeah.
A trip to the doctors.
Yeah.
And then I got to the doctors and he started answering me questions. And obviously, I was lying. He was like, okay, so... what colour was the blood? Was it bright red or dark red? And I was like, bright red.
Oh.
He's like, how much was it? A lot or a little? A lot.
Was your mum in the room?
Yeah. And like, he was just like, that's a really odd combination. So I'm going to have to maybe have a little check up there.
So did he
bear in mind, I was 10 years old.
Did he get his finger, put it in his mouth and do that? Bend you over, have a feel, come back, put his finger back in his mouth, and go, thanks for that, the doctor will be in soon. I'm just Rio Ferdinand. I touched you up at the school earlier, allegedly. Is that what happened?
No, not that.
I'm going to let you in on a secret, Ben.
Yeah.
I've just wasted 5 minutes, but I remember you telling me about the prostate thing a few years ago in sixth form. So, the correct answer is the prostate exam. I just wanted to hear the story.
That's correct. All right, we're going to have to power through this, next round because we are running out of time.
Round two.
Come on.
Right. On a viewing once, I was nearly killed by a horse.
Yep, brilliant.
I was once arrested for stealing a policeman's hat on a night out. And last one, me and my wife collect Peppa Pig figurines, and we have nearly 100.
Okay, I don't think it's the Peppa Pig figurines.
Well, my niece is a huge fan of Peppa Pig, and
I've been to your flat and I didn't see any Peppa Pig figurines.
Well, did you go into the second bedroom and into the built-in wardrobes?
No,
they're in there in a little stack of box.
No, I just dragged you up those stairs and threw you in your bed because that was when we were doing our drunk episode, and you were an absolute fucking state son.
So basically, my niece is a huge fan, and you can get these little like packets of figurine toys for like £1 from Morrison's. And then often when we're doing a weekly shop, like, should we get Nicole one of these? And it's just sort of led from there. The Co-op garage in Walton do like tokens where you get fuel.
Yeah.
And they get like prize or like teddies. There's a Peppa Pig one.
Yeah.
And so we got a lot from there. Still haven't given them to my niece, but Yeah, we collect them for her.
Okay, brilliant. I don't think you've ever been arrested as far... I mean, like, you'd have told me that.
Well, it's something I'm not proud of. So if my work found out about it, I could lose my job.
Well, it's great to put it on the show.
Yeah.
Which is why I think of lying. I don't think you'd risk that.
Well, yeah.
So where were you allegedly when this happened?
It was outside Felixstowe's greatest nightclub, the Bandbox.
Oh, this is bullshit.
It was one of those nights out, Ben, where I think you've been a part of it, where I get a little bit angry. I'm pretty sure it was the same night I told the bouncer to get a real job, because he was fucking me off. So I got kicked out. In fact, do you remember that one night out, me and you got kicked out of the Bandbox because someone threatened to set my house on fire? Do you remember that?
No.
Oh no, it was one of our first few nights out. And like we were at the bottom of the stairs at the Bandbox, and someone's at the top, like threatening me, and you obviously stand up for me. And we got dragged out and kicked out. You must remember. Because someone said they were going to set my house on fire, and it was that guy who I took the piss out because he got sacked from McDonald's. Do you remember?
That does ring a bell.
Yeah. Anyway, it weren't that night.
Okay, so why'd you bring it up?
So basically, we come out of the. I got kicked out of the nightclub for not the first time, and the policeman came up to me and was like, "Look, you need to sort your behaviour out." I went, "Oh, fuck off," and pulled his hat off. To which then I got pinned on the floor, and then had to stay in a cell overnight, and
that's bollocks.
Went home in the morning.
What was the other option? Because that's bollocks.
So the other option is on a viewing. I was nearly killed by a horse.
Okay, tell me how you nearly got killed by a horse, even though I'm pretty sure that's the right answer.
So.
Go on.
I used to work in Woodbridge, and there was a house for sale in Rendlesham. It was set on 3 acres of land, and it had stables. And on the viewing, we were in the stable area, and all of a sudden, this woman from nowhere comes running out from the stable.
Out of nowhere.
Says, "Get out the way!" And then this horse sort of gallops, and it's like inches from me, goes, "Phoom," and knocks me back into the mud in my suit.
Okay, I'm going to go that's the right answer.
Incorrect.
Come on.
I was once arrested.
Oh,
no,
you
not really. No, I got killed by a horse.
Did you? Oh, okay. All right.
That one was a shit one. I put all my eggs in round one.
My second one. After drinking 4 litres of Red Bull at a powerlifting competition, I followed through on stage. After bending down to tie my shoelaces, I accidentally kneed myself in the face, breaking my nose. When I shook hands with my co-worker's husband, I realised I hadn't washed my hand properly and I got poo over him. So what one do you think is the correct answer?
I vaguely remember asking you, have you ever shit yourself whilst powerlifting? And I believe you said no. So I don't know if it's that one.
Okay.
But then that one seems like the most viable one to happen.
The most cattish thing to happen.
Looking at your nose, can you turn sideways for me? And back at me? And the other way? Face for doing everything I say.
Was it a fucking mugshot?
It doesn't look that wonky. So if you did break it...
I'm not sure if it was broken, but there certainly was bled. But yeah, it probably wasn't broken.
And the last one was...
when I shook hands with my co-worker's husband, I had just been to the toilet.
Yeah.
And obviously, I had washed my hands. Obviously, I didn't get all of the dirt.
I don't think you did wash
the
your hands.
dirt off.
You don't have to lie about that.
All of the dirt off, and I shook hands with him. And then after we left, I realised that I had like a little stain on my hand.
How did you know that he didn't wash his hands and he put poo on your hand?
Because I had just been to the toilet. So
maybe he should have been to the toilet.
That's very true, but I reckon it's probably me.
Also, how did you get poo on your hands? That's never happened to me, apart from my child.
Happens to me all the time.
Well, you're obviously using the wrong toilet paper. Do you scrunch or fold?
Fold.
Okay, so how do you get it on your hands? You fold it and it's wider than the width of your 4 fingers.
Jason, right? Alright, I have a very high protein diet, so I want you to imagine the depths and extremes of my bowel movements. So that's my answer. Anyway, moving on. What do you think is the right answer?
See,
is it going to be?
Where was the
shat myself? I can't remember where it was. So is it going to be? I shat myself whilst doing powerlifting.
Was it a lot?
I broke my nose. No, I broke my nose, or I got poo on someone's hand.
You know what? Although I believe you told me that you've never pooed, I reckon you wouldn't have told me if you did. So I'm going to go for option A. You are both correct and incorrect. They're all true. and we're gonna end the show on that note. They're all true. So I'd just like to say, everyone, you're a fucking disgrace.
Thank you for listening, guys. Bye bye. So, Jason, where can you get more Sweet Connection in your life?
Well, Ben, we are on Facebook at Sweet Connection Podcast, and we're also on Twitter at SweetC_podcast. So you can give us a like or a follow.
And you can also find us on iTunes, Spotify, YouTube, and Podbean. So if you enjoyed the show, you can give us a rating or a review or recommend to a friend.
And if you wanted to email in a topic or a question or just say hi, it's thesweetconnection@outlook.com.
Massive thanks to Kip for all our various jingles. Thank you for listening and see you next time.